I want to tell you all about our Summer Seasons Club. Now, it feels like the summer's been a long time coming here, so we've really been looking forward to it with a lot of anticipation. Weather's starting to get a little warmer, and I'm finding that what I want to knit, I like kind of smaller, more delicate things with kind of more details because the light is bright, so working on finer details is a lot more comfortable in the summertime. Now, I want to open up the summer to you to challenge yourself, to try something brand new to you. And I did the same thing myself. So this summer season, what I am doing is I'm working on a project, and I'm going to have a couple of projects in it that I'm designing where I'm going to have some fairly simple designs. There'll be a couple of them. One will be a lightweight scarf. The second one is going to be a neckerchief, and it's going to have a slip stitch pattern. So it'll create basically a little web of knitting on the top that will be, you can work as a backdrop to be able to work surface embroidery. So this is a new one to me. It's not your standard embroidery. It's going to be freestyle embroidery where you can use those slip stitches at the front of the loops. And I'm going to give you a series of tools and different examples of ways you can surface embroider. I will do it a couple of different ways myself, and you get to mix and match and just play around with it because it's something you can add to any other knitting as you go through. So learning on this with the nice simple slip stitches make a very, very easy way to get started with it. So what we've got for the club, like before, we've got the full club where you get all of the digital products, which would be the pattern, workshop, access to the Zoom class. So that's the digital. If you get the full, you'll have all of that. Plus you're going to have the yarn, seasonal pattern, seasonal recipe, and of course some tea and a couple of other, a little crafty goodie that's going to be specifically for the club that'll be very useful as you go through. So we're going to take a look at the yarn first of all. So we've picked a yarn from France, Embroider, probably saying it wrong, Le Petit Lamb's Wool. And it's going to be, it's a fine fingering weight yarn. So it's a woolen spun, pretty fine. You're going to get 3 skeins of it. They're 50 grams each, but the yardage is fantastic. It's 248 meters or 270 yards. Reason it's so good is because it's woolen spun. So the air is trapped in there and it's going to extend a lot further. It can be knit a little bit loosely, which means that you actually have a very nice light, open, airy quality to the actual, to the knitting when you're finished with it. As always, we have 3 different color options. We've got, this is the first one, which is going to be seasonal. Then we have got subtle, which is this one, and our brights, which is this one. And the other thing we're doing this time along with it, because of course we're doing embroidery, is we've got some very special hand-dyed embroidery thread. So Fibre Spates have brought out these embroidery threads, which are their gleam lace. So it's a mixture of Blueface, Leicester and silk, and they're all hand-dyed. So for each of the kits, we'll have 3 different embroidery threads that come with it. You can stick with one, you can alternate between the 3, you can kind of just play around with it to see what works for you. So this is the 3 that will come with the seasonal one. Over here, the 3 ones here for our subtle option. We had great fun picking these out, by the way. It was, yes, we spent a long time with their big box and trying to decide what ones went best with each. And so here is our brights, where you can see we've went a bit more subtle with the colors. So the yarn, it's going to give you a nice contrast. So I don't think it matters which you pick, they're all going to come out really nicely. So it goes on sale on the 1st of June. It's open for 2 weeks. If you have got a renewal then and you're already in the club, then you'll get an email with all of the details coming out about this. And then the patterns will come out in July with the Zoom launch party, and we get to have lots of fun experimenting with our embroidery on our knits.